their whole house back.
What? She'll probably sell it, I bet.
Does that when you sell the house, right?
Nobody wants to keep all those memories.
What if he did it with a gun and there's like pieces of Henry
User
all
in
over the
your
place?
channel started recording.
Oh.
Wasn't
supposed to have any guns. Jumped up and down and swore he didn't.
Are you saying he might have been lying about that?
The judge let him keep one.
Sure, it's possible.
It'll be his first lie.
That's for damn sure.
That means you don't get your scanner back either.
Well, that's all right. Like I said, I wouldn't have fronted it to him if it was that big a deal.
Well, I think if you could probably call Melissa and get it back. I don't think she wants any of that shit.
Well, that's true. Somebody should get me Melissa's phone number, and I'll just buy all that garbage out there in the garage.
Yeah, just RJA's got her number. All you got to do is just back your truck up into his driveway, and you can take everything in the garage. She's not going to want it. You're doing her a favor, Brett.
Yeah, I'll pay her for it too. Sure, yeah. Put me in touch, RJ.
I just contacted Valerie. I'm waiting for her reply.
All right. Call it as a vulture. I want to put cash in her pocket.
So it's going to be interesting to see how he died. Whether he shot himself, he probably took drugs. It might have been an accidental OD.
Shut up.
Tripped and fell on a hammer.
Knowing Henry, the note probably tells all about why he killed himself, how he killed himself, how he invented the drugs that he killed himself with, and how he invented suicide. 37 pages.
Shut up.
It's all Roger's fault.
I like that idea. Blame Roger.
Trick Bill. I absolutely blame Roger. If Roger would have kicked him off the repeater like a year ago, you know, the 435 OG wouldn't have, you know, ragged him until he killed himself.
He killed himself. That's not what he said. He was found dead. He could have been murdered. A lot of people hate him.
Oh, that would explain the suicide note.
There was a note. He didn't say suicide note.
But you said there was a note found with the body.
That just could have been writings of a madman. Who knows?
Could you get the note and read it for us? I have a copy of it right here. It was forwarded to me. It says, "Dear OG, you suck," and I'm out. I love Henry. Nobody else does. Here. Well, I guess in a way he actually did win. He doesn't have to do his community service. That's true. I come to think about it, he doesn't have to do his anger management classes with his wife.
He said he was never going to do that shit.
He got it, you know, he showed us.
Damn, in the end, he did show us. Now do I have to put another ad in the paper for an employee? Jesus Christ. That's really fucking selfish of him.
Yeah, like you were going to hire him anyway.
Yeah, and after you went ahead and got the placard all made for Employee of the Month already.
Exactly.
Jumping up and down right now. Problem fixed itself.
Exactly. So we can blame Dave then for him killing himself because he didn't get the job?
There's a note. I hope I got it mentioned, and I don't know.
You get the job, you just never came up here to do it.
says he.
Yeah, I remember. You told him to be there at 8 in the morning, and you give him a chance.
That's exactly what I said.
And if you believe that, you believe in Santa Claus.
I believe that Dave would have given him an excellent chance if he actually would have driven all the way there the next morning and showed up at 8 o'clock. I bet he would have given a chance.
Bye-bye. I'm going. Shabu being T-Bolt to it. They might call me a black sheep.
Hello? Hello?
Did you hear the breaking news?
Can I have the air, please?
Have you heard, Greg, what happened?
In front of his goddamn house.
Hank passed away today.
That's funny, because I'm in front of his goddamn house if you guys can shut the fuck up.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. You can walk in there. There's no one in there. He's dead.
Okay, here we go. Video. Okay, get video. So you waited until he died to go over and confront him?
He was scared of Hank.
Bob!
Yeah. Hank is no longer with us. I can feel like the stress. I can feel like a open, relaxed feeling.
Right now.
I think it's just a good thing that DHR went ahead and got licensed recently, man. Right on.
No, isn't that great? Hank kills himself and is gone, and immediately DHR gets licensed and he's out here. It's like one retard leaves, one retard replaces him. Hey, you can lick the shit out of my asshole while I'm shutting up, cocksuck. Get back. You can't lick the shit out of my asshole. I'm going to put it in a baggie and send it to you.
Forget the corn and peanuts.
That's right.
Henry had a real twisted mind, so yeah.
He did. That guy was a weirdo, man. He was one fucked up individual.
Thanks? He's wrong. Thanks? So, gee, we need the sound bite from the Wizard of Oz, you know, the Munchkin going, he's really completely dead.
Wow. I don't know what his time of death was. I know they found him today. Maybe he killed himself yesterday because on yesterday, the last original Munchkin died in 98.
Channel.
There you go. Must have been Henry's spirit animal.
I told Bud he represents a lollipop guild.
I wonder if Melissa's going to move back over there. Depends if she can get the brain matter off the ceiling.
Well, come on.
User disconnected from
I would imagine there's plenty of bad memories. She'd like to just move on with her life.
God damn it, Paul. You fucking always step on my fucking shit, man. Anyway, how much brain matter could there be?
Exactly.
Go ahead, Paul.
Sorry about that, Mike.
No, I know. It's just the codec delay. It's not your fault.
I'll go back to being quiet.
You're nice and obedient, unlike this Brad guy.
Turn him over your knee, OG. Well, seems like everybody's happy.
I know. Henry's died. I haven't heard one sad word. Everyone seems like they're on top of the world.
I'm waiting to hear USO's report. He's supposedly there.
No dumb, ignorant jamming.
You gotta admit, though, even when Henry's caught in the middle of a lie, he always comes up with some bullshit reason.
You think he's lying about his own death?
Well, the cops found him. I don't think he had anything to do with that lie.
The cops are helping him fabricate a lie.
Yeah, I don't think the cops are in on it.
He's going to pop up in the morgue and go, no, I'm not really dead.
End to the sad story. God damn, it's good for the kids. And I hope the kids move back home.
Should I erase all the sound bites or archive them and save them for the children?
Hey, don't send that shit to the kids.
Well, they might want to hear what their dad sounded like, right?
I'm pretty sure they know.
Yeah, but they won't remember it pretty soon. They're young. They won't even remember.
That might be a good thing. I don't think they need to remember this shit.
You just talk shit about them anyway. Now they're probably happier than us. They get to go home.
You think the first thing they said is, which room did he do it in? Not mine, I hope.
Right. That's why they don't need to go back there.
Why'd my room get painted red?
You know, your brain lives for 8 minutes after you stop breathing. I wonder what happens to the little parts as if they get blown out. Each little part remembers something as it's dying.
Only if you mold it into hamburger patties.
They say from the guillotine they could actually see people attempting to scream as they recognize their body beneath them.
Right. Well, didn't one guy say, I'm going to try to blink my eyes right away, and he was like, started blinking his eyes?
They say you go for 8 minutes before your brain's dead, so imagine what those 8 minutes are like. Your brain's splattered all over the wall and you can see it.
Yeah, but your brain being conscious and alive is two different things.
Did like medieval Morse code with his headless body?
Mike N6GS checking in.
Yeah. Give Richard Clark the news. He hasn't heard.
So Richard Clark, Henry, has committed suicide or is dead, whatever, but
We don't know how he died.
Yeah, well, we were speculating this morning. I mean, when the cops are there since 5 a.m. and it was 11 a.m., I mean, they don't hang around for 6 hours for nothing.
That's what they're doing there at 5 a.m. What did he do, shoot himself?
Maybe they were tasting the candy bars.
I'm just repeating what Fred Chapin said. You had a drive-by at 10 a.m. or 11, and they told them they were there since 5 a.m. and wouldn't tell me anything else. So I guess they were waiting for a corner. Dave Russin was right. Thank you, Dave Russin, if you're listening.
Well, they can't say anything until the family's notified.
True. Oh, Brett said they were doing surveillance, but when police do surveillance, they don't park in front of your house. They park down the street and use binoculars.
They don't park 4 units on your driveway to surveil you.
I know. I think it was the wrong choice of words. So, yeah, I've been gone since 12 o'clock, so like 4 hours. So I didn't carry an HT with me when I was gone. So, all right, thanks for the update.
I wonder if they're going to have a service.
HT with him is not unique.
Do you think they'll have a service for him?
No, they're just going to throw his body. They're just going to throw his body in the trash can.
Put it in a trash compactor and bail him?
I didn't say surveillance. I said investigation.
Yeah, investigation, not surveillance.
He on him?
Yeah,
And it wasn't 10 a.m. It was at latest 9, 8:30.
okay, Brad,
Microphone
whatever.
muted.
Yeah.
Exactly, Buzz. Whatever. Turn the knob counterclockwise.
Words all his life.
Yeah, whatever, there, Brett. Oh, yeah, I heard.
Hey, you weren't there. What are you talking for?
Yeah, it's getting difficult to communicate out here straight this way. So
Yeah, it is going to be. Why don't you get the hell out?
I heard something about
User
free
entered
mud
your
pie.
channel.
You don't get the picture very well. You got a comprehension problem, Buzz? Get an attitude like that, you can go find something else to do.
Free mud pie.
I got a free mud pipe for you. Come on over here. I'll just feed it to you.
Fuck, I'm gonna miss Henry, man.
Okay, Brett, I agree with... Don't know why you're so upset with me. I was just having a little fun there. Calm down.
You know the sad part? Henry's probably dead for a week, and it took somebody a week to go check on him.
Could have been the smell.
Oh, I called 2 nights ago. They checked the well being. Lights are out. No one answered.
That means he must have killed himself during the day.
So, do we blame 435 for this, or what do we blame?
There's supposedly a note. I mean, maybe we'll be able to find out firsthand.
He's already trying to take credit.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to take credit. I don't know if I have an honorable mention in his note or not.
Is Ashley still alive?
Or he's a jolly good fellow.
I don't know if Ashley's still alive. Was Ashley ever really alive, though? Did you look at her?
Oh, yeah, good point.
You got Richard Clark that's never had a woman.
Well, that's one down for Jimmy Hooten. You know, they go in threes. So, what else is Jimmy left to talk about? Jesus Christ.
Awake on 4th.
Yeah, what are you going to talk about now, Jimmy?
Now I can go back to Richard Clark.
Richard Clark, you're fucked now.
No, I was fucked before this. Not now.
I'm going to timestamp that 3:55.
To get a woman instead of a guy.
Are you sure? Because my clock says 3:56. Are you sure?
It doesn't say anything. You have to read it.
Okay. Is that a Braille clock or something? So when was the last time we physically heard Hank on the radio here? Are we talking 2 weeks, a month, what?
Nobody cares.
Hank who?
Exactly. Nobody cares, Richard. What a fucking idiot.
Start scrounging up our DVRs. Okay, got it.
So we know it's not murder.
Wait a minute. Yeah, was there a hammer found nearby?
Try the DVR chip. It works great.
YDO, you can go pick up your hammer now.
He did. He was afraid of someone coming back. I did hear him say that a couple of times. I'm sure the investigators are going to take a good listen to this repeater.
You think that, Buzz? Do you think they'll even fucking care about this repeater?
Exactly. They don't give a fuck.
His radios are on holiday volume in the garage, so the police have been listening all day, but I don't think they care. Our investigator on the ground right now is stating that the police did a fingerprint dust on the front door, and it looks like there's possible forced entry. Pictures to follow.
Uh-oh. Maybe somebody else did it.
It wasn't forced entry in the back door.
Steve Hoffman said he was in Riverside earlier. Does that mean anything?
Hey, Buzz, you've had forced entry in the back door, right?
No, why don't you ask Terry? He's known for talking about that kind of stuff.
Did they find tiny fingerprints?
Yeah, did they find miniature tiny hand fingerprints? It's weird. These fingerprints are really small like a child, but they look like they've aged.
He's some years old and accomplished nothing. Who else do we know like that? Oh, Richard Clark's out here.
Oh, Henry won because he said, I'll show those guys on 435.
Someone came and killed them.
I'll never do my community service. I'll never, ever do anger management. He was right.
I think forced entry is maybe like when a neighbor or someone went in to see what was going on.
Sanchez.
That's a health check.
He just lost his key.
I mean, that door could have been locked, and they could have just busted it to get in to check on him.
He lost his keys.
Henry said he had cameras all over the place.
If they used Astroglide, it couldn't have been forced.
He's been dead for 2 weeks.
He don't have cameras.
Probably been dead for 2 weeks and it's probably rancid.
Probably what it was. He's been a while. A neighbor probably smelt something and hadn't seen any activity, and they probably came in and busted the door open this morning to get in.
Why don't he call? I hope the kids get to move back in.
I think I'm going to side with what someone else said. She used to sell the house, moving somewhere else.
Is there a GoFundMe started for the kids?
Now, do we have to roll the DVRs back and see who was the one that pushed him over the edge, or what?
Well, we don't even know for sure he did himself. I mean, I don't know if there's a note. I was just bullshitting on that.
Could be murder. He was hanging around with new characters.
Be someone from 435.
Wait to see it on the news. Murder by hammer.
Nah, he probably did himself, and they just broke the door to gain access to the house.
All the guns were in Arizona.
Well, maybe he didn't use a gun. Maybe he gave himself paper cuts until he died.
He hit himself in the head with a hammer.
Maybe he had a heart attack and died just from all the stress.
Well, they say people that age have a heart attack when they take a shit in the morning.
He tripped and fell on the hammer.
It is true. That is true. I know people have died taking a shit in the morning. You don't want to strain real hard when you first take a shit in the morning.
Not in the morning. You can do it in the evening, but not in the morning, man. That's deadly.
Well, don't do it in the evening either, because that'll give you hemorrhoids. Eat more fiber, and you won't have to.
Eat oatmeal every day.
We're the primary suspects in any murder.
Are you going to have an honorarium during your net today at 420?
I don't think I should collect any money or gain from Henry's death.
Should do a wake, though.
In honor of?
Richard Clark.
Is he lying about that, too?
I think the key word's honor. Change that to something else.
Yeah, when you think of Henry, that word never comes in mind.
Somebody got mad earlier when they were playing taps for Henry. He's not in the military.
Right, he's not in the military. He doesn't deserve that. In fact, he was not allowed to be in the military.
Must have been a height requirement.
Shared his dad's ID.
Well, DHR, you got perfect timing. When are you going to step up to the plate here so we can start making fun of your homeless life?
All right. What happened to our correspondent on the spot?
Greg said there were fingerprints. They like fingerprinted the door handle, and it looked like the door had been broken in.
Was it screwed shut? Was there crime scene seal on the door jamb? I mean, was there any police tape? Anything?
No, just that graphite for the fingerprint test, and the door was kind of fucked up, like they forced it open. But they probably just forced it open to get in the house.
Well, no, they said, what the fuck is my phone doing? Anyways, they said the garage door was open, and that was how they gained entry, because it was ajar and not locked.
Oh, you mean one of the cops didn't tell you the exact accurate information?
Well, I'm not sure what's true and correct at this point until the story comes out on the actual press release. But what I was told by the police officers, he'd been sitting there since 5:30 this morning, just watching the house. And then finally the sergeant showed up and made the call. Since the garage door was open a few inches, they gave it a lift on it, and were able to enter. And I was told that there was no DB in the house. So I don't know what the fuck's going on now. They can at least tell me if it's a DB or not for the next of kin. You don't have to tell me who it is.
Well, maybe, I mean, okay, you're going to Henry's house and there's a DB in the house. Who do you think it would be?
Said no.
I don't know. They told me there was not a DB.
Well, I know. The reason they told you that is because then you would know who died, and they probably haven't notified the next of kin. And that's true. Once they remove the DB, it's no longer in the house.
Oh, no. Nothing had been removed if there was. There was no yellow tape, and the rest of the units had just showed up shortly before. According to that gentleman, he'd been sitting there since 5:30. I got there around 8:30.
They need a search warrant to go in, so that's why they waited.
Well, they waited for the sergeant, and when the sergeant found that the house was open, I think he felt he had probable cause to enter or something. I don't know. I don't fucking care.
Okay, so they kidnapped him.
Christine, answer your messages, please.
Okay, so they kidnapped him then.
Purely speculation.
Prove it for us.
YDO, are the kids going to move back into the house?
All I said is, maybe the cops did it.
Badger don't give a fuck anymore.
Did we tell Melissa we're sorry for her loss or give her congratulations?
I think she'd appreciate the congratulations.
That's a good question.
Honey Badgers.
Wonder if it was like Ashley's father or something. Because when Sanchez called him, that fucker wasn't very happy when he heard the tape of his little girl being fucked by some old man.
That's what I'm thinking.
RJI, you want your hammer back?
Who are the primary suspects when somebody dies? It's the next of kin.
Oh, actually, his estranged wife is #1 suspect.
Exactly.
Well, she's already got a record of kicking his ass.
Shut up. Reason my ex-wife's still alive. Shut up. Shut up.
There's YDO, he wants his hammer back.
Go ahead, YDO.
I said that should be a badge of honor for Melissa, and, you know, the hammer has been rented out, so the rental period...
That's a Craftsman hammer, if I'm not correct.
Absolutely.
Melissa should auction off all his radio equipment.
This is the microphone that he lied through.
It is, he sounded. You want that equipment?
I buy all used electronics, working or not.
Good part.
The detective knows about RJI's hammer?
You got to repeat that 10 times.
Okay, so they broke into his house and kidnapped him, so where did they take him?
To the Jimmy Hooten School of Radio.
The aliens.
They're doing anal probes right now, or what?
I mean, we have to sell all of our stock in that chili restaurant?
Did Henry have any enemies that we know of?
Everybody pissed off on ham radio.
The whole 435.
I sell all my claim jumper stock.
What about BJ's?
Your brother can give you that.
What? He owns the BJ's.
Yesterday I was watching a YouTube video on jammers, and the guy was chasing the jammer, like 8 years old video, and at the end of the video he pulls up and says, yep, his name's Henry Stange.
That was Danny Rice driving like a madman, looking for Henry. Look at the video, it says D. Rice.
Is that the one where he takes his antenna off?
The one where he's taking the antenna off and he's on the third harmonic.
Yeah, I was laughing so hard when I got to the end of that video.
Henry was doing the squawk or whatever it's called, you know, talking like a bird.
Yeah, it was annoying.
Now I don't have to pick on Henry anymore. I get to go back to Richard Clark.
That's a good thing.
The guy with the whiny voice. Appreciate it. Thanks. WB6PWD.
That could be very much fun, Jimmy.
That's true, but
Richard Clark just doesn't have the creative mind that Henry had.
at least he doesn't have two kids. So that's one favorable thing about Richard Clark.
What kind of creativity does Henry have? Come on.
Are you serious? You don't even recognize greatness or creativity when you hear it. I mean, how many different fucking lies did that cocksucker come up with? And he had every fucking excuse. He had more excuses than I had questions.
He'd have been an awesome book writer.
To top it.
And anything you did, he could do better.
There you go.
He was a world-class bullshitter.
Henry had been around the world once and seen everything twice.
I think you should write the obituary speech.
I think you should shut the fuck up, Richard Clark.
I'm going to write your obituary speech. We're going to play, when they lower your coffin into the hole, or your ashes, you won't be able to afford a coffin. We're going to play the sound, magnified, of a person taking a shit as they drop you in the hole.
Wow, you think that much of me, huh?
Yeah, we're going to mic someone with a crinkly, crackly, fucking wet turd coming out of their ass, and we're going to play that sound as they lower you into the hole instead of taps.
Did you look like call for one of us things?
Maybe like a little boop every now and then.
You're like Mike McGowan, the last thing he ever saw, a Fender.
Fender Stratocaster. Wait till they open up the gun safe, find us full of guitars.
He actually sat down and read those fucking court papers and realized what was happening. Think?
Yeah, he probably said, you know what? I got it, that OG's right.
Fucked.
But you got to admit, don't you have more respect for him now?
What is the last thing you told him?
Suicide is painless.
Must have been watching MASH.
The last thing I said was pull the trigger.
So, do you feel guilty?
Yeah, if I'd known I could have manipulated that earlier, I would have done it a lot sooner and saved the poor innocent people all of the trauma they had to go through. I do feel guilty.
Henry's alive. He's out there listening, laughing right now.
The big HT in the sky.
You think he's got it horizontally polarized?
Yep, 6 feet under.
Probably explain to God how you propagate a fucking signal.
Gotta think about the family. They're the ones that are suffering the most.
Are they? Are they? You really think they're suffering now? They're having a party, Richard Clark. What?
There's a family with two patrol.
He's back quiet. Bye-bye.
And your dad killed himself. Yeah. Sorry, the kids, because now they don't have a father.
Well, from what I understand, the first thing little Eeyore said was, does that mean I can have my own room back?
Exactly.
Name's their kid Eeyore.
I don't know, man. Eeyore and Cinnamon.
I don't know.
The Press Enterprise newspaper was sent a reporter out there.
Oh, are they? Why would the Press Enterprise do that? They're not a local paper.
Press Telegram is Long Beach.
Yeah, and they went